Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and here is a look at Doctor Who The Collection Limited Edition Season 5 box set. And we obviously are going to look at the slipcase first. It has 8 discs, rated 12, has a nice Doctor Who, I think that's the new logo, whatever, in there as well. Scroll it around the side. You have this beautiful side. This side is not a side you usually show, to be fair. And then we go to the back. Let's have a look at the back quickly. So this is creating your Doctor Who archive. So this is for probably the hardcore Doctor Who fans. Doctor Who fans who have been around a lot longer than I have in terms of watching Doctor Who. Don't get me wrong, I remember classic episodes, but I wasn't really into it. Now I'm into it. So I sort of got hooked. Modern Doctor Who got me, and that has sent me on this journey with these beautiful sets to look at the classic era. Plus, I can watch them on BBC as well, those missing seasons that we haven't quite got yet. So, this has 14 episodes. Remembrance of the Daleks, The Happiness Patrol, Silver Nemesis, The Greatest Show in the Galaxy. So it also comes with lots of extras. Now I will try not to get tongue-tied while doing this. And we could zoom in as well. There we go. Let's zoom in a little bit, because we can. Exclusive special editions of all the stories featuring untransmitted scenes, updated special effects, and optional 5.1 surround sound. Updated special effects on all 4 broadcast versions. Free in conversation specials. Matthew Sweet reunites with Sophie Aldred to talk about her history with Doctor Who. Also joining Matthew is Andrew Cartmel, the script editor responsible for much of the tone of the 7th Doctor era, and Chris Clough, director of 5 stories and a leading industrial figure. We got Behind the Sofa, 4 new episodes with an all-star lineup classic Doctor Who guests. I always enjoy those. Those are the thing that I automatically look for, and I also enjoy when they do the in-depth conversations with some of these actors and actresses. The Making of Silver Nemesis, the rare 1988 documentary, only ever available on VHS. Silver Nemesis VHS version from the original master tapes, the extended VHS release. I always look forward to those as well. Looking for, and sometimes I just watch them because they're there and they're cool. So looking for Dursley, profile of actor Dursley McLinden, and I apologize if I said that wrong. Exclusive archive treats, previously unavailable content from the BBC archive, studio and location footage, hours of rare previously unseen footage from the original studio and location tapes. I always get a bit bored around those. I won't lie. I always feel like this is the most meh bit of the whole things. But it's great that they're in there, because I know some people that collect these love seeing that stuff. So that's just me. Immersive 5.1 surround sound on every episode. Isolated music score on every story. And then PDF written archives. I always say this. Nobody has CD-ROMs on their laptops or anything these days, so that's always an interesting one, but it's there. Each disc also contains a range of extensive special features previously released on DVD, including making-of documentaries, featurettes, isolated music scores, audio commentaries, info text, and much more. Wow, that bit is always the longest bit. I feel like I probably bore a lot of you through that bit because it's such a mouthful. So let's take off the slip cover. Oh wow, that I just got a glimpse of that, and that's stunning. So Lee Biden once again delivers a beautiful set. Now there are two, I feel like there's 2 sides of this, or 4. So you got the monsters down here, so you got Cybermen, you got Daleks, you got some others. Once again, classic Who I'm still understanding, so I may not know all the names. You've got the Doctor holding what appears to be an arrow and some sort of weird metal hook. I'm not sure what that's about, but I'm sure those who know this Doctor very well certainly know that and understand that, which is the important bit, because that means Lee Biden has gone out of his way to deliver everything possible about this season with this Doctor. And on this side, you got this beautiful light explosion and this sort of dark meteorite side going on here. Now I turn to the side. Once again, you got that beautiful side piece, which for me is probably the most important bit, because when you're putting this on your shelf, this is the bit that you're going to have on display. And then we go round to the back, and wow, that is some beautiful, beautiful tones. I love it. I absolutely do adore that. Now, I'm just going to pause the video very briefly while I set this into a different position, because I don't want to damage this set at all. Okay, so I'm going to carefully try and focus on each side. So this side, you have the tray. I always, as much as I love these limited sets, I now collect the stand sets because they're slimmer and they're in like a compact case. I do worry that over time, these could get damaged. Not on purpose, but perhaps sometimes by mistake. All it takes sometimes is the wrong slip off your fingers and you can drop it. So each disc represents something. So disc 1 is Remembrance of the Daleks, and you get a picture of Sophie and the Doctor on there. I did that completely wrong. As you can tell, you had Ace and the Doctor on there. Disc 2, Remembrance of the Daleks Special Edition. So I'd have to open up the discs to have a look at what that looks like. Disc number 3, The Happiness Patrol. Disc number 4, The Happiness Patrol Special Edition. So each disc seems to have, section has 2 discs by the looks of it so far. Disc 5, Silver Nemesis, and if I'm right, disc 6, Silver Nemesis Special Edition. And then disc 7, The Greatest Show in the Galaxy Special Edition. Okay, that's thrown me off. And then disc 8, The Greatest Show in the Galaxy Bonus. That is bizarre, isn't it? All right, then I gotta be very careful. And there we go. There is the same picture that we have seen for the last few of Sylvester McCoy's face on the end. There we go. So let me carefully put that down. And then we go to the other wonderful section of this set, which is the booklet section. So very, very carefully do the Velcro. And then underneath there, sorry, I will try not to knock my finger. We have this beautiful picture of Ace the Doctor. And he's holding something, some sort of weird creature. Cybermen behind. In there. We have the beautiful book. I'm sorry, I'm knocking my camera. I'm trying to be very, very careful as well. And then we have in there TARDIS as a whole. See that? Got Ace's jacket up there, Doctor's hat. That's very cool. There's a little creature there and a ladder. I'm sure it all makes sense to this season. Okay, and then the final part of this review is just to have a quick look at the wonderful booklet. And this booklet, which is always better than the standards booklet because it gives you history, details about that particular episode, a lot more than what it does in the standard one. So the standard one, for example, would just have disc 1 and perhaps this detail. Whereas this will go into a lot more depth on development. Also has some beautiful, beautiful pictures as well. All the way through production. Yeah, it's a fantastic booklet for those who are certainly really big into classic Who, because this will give you that in-depth information that you perhaps wanted maybe all those years ago, or even now as a new classic Who fan, you want to understand a little bit more, because I do really enjoy the extras on these sets, because I learn more about what was going on in the background at the times of when these were being released. Colin Baker's is one of probably my favorite to watch, because it was such a it must have been a very painful time as a Doctor fan, but very interesting in terms of the what was going on behind the scenes, and to get some of those people that were making those decisions on these sets to talk about it all these years later is even better, because back then they probably, you know, never admitted it. Was probably just it was probably based on business decisions, and you know, decisions that we probably maybe a little bit more able to see nowadays. We have a lot more social media present, the internet. There's a lot more information out there than perhaps there would have been back then. And that's another part. This is a part of history, so you get a feel for what the time was around this as well. So there we go. I'm not gonna ramble on anymore. I rambled on enough. This is a fantastic set, and if you are collecting these, you know, they're great and they're beautiful on your shelf. The thing for me is space. I don't have it, so the standard editions work a little bit better in my favor from that perspective. But you know, if I had the room for all of these sets, I would have them on my shelf because they are stunning, and as long as you look after them, you know, you're going to be all right as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, I hope you like my video. If you do, please do support my channel by subscribing. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Really do appreciate it. Make sure you look after yourself, very important these days. And as always, embrace geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.